Welcome everybody. Today I'm here with a special guest, Pierre. We're gonna review his application. So this time the stage is yours, and if I have questions, I can just launch it and we'll chat.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Tim, for inviting me here. First of all, I want to say, yes, I'm really glad we met last year. I think it's a great encounter. We have had many, like you said, many calls together, sharing feedback about what we do. And I really love what you do also, what you build, your expertise. So keep up the great work. And I'm really glad to be here with you tonight. So just to start with, maybe a short introduction about who I am. So Pierre Neuman, Pierre in 2023 on eToro, the number one popular investor in Belgium with a bit more than 600 copiers and 13K followers. Invest with machine learning. I have been investing for 20 years, and over the years, I have been moving towards quantitative investment and using machine learning. And I am a member of the eToro quantitative investment program. And on eToro, on my account, I trade with proprietary machine learning. I have my own account, and also with Stellian, another quantitative trader. We have this account that is managed for eToro, which is called AlphaFlow, where we have also built another machine learning strategy together with the eToro quantitative team. And it has been recently published on the platform with excellent results. We've already more than 2,000 copiers, 10,000 followers, also really doing great. So, but what I'm going to talk about today, like you mentioned, Tim, is the app that I built on the App Store. So you can find it on the eToro App Store, which is here in your menu, and it's called Finotor. So what is Finotor basically is I do a lot of research, of course, to invest, and I wanted an AI which I could trust to do my research. Because when I was using, let's say, the general models, what I was noticing is that there were a lot of errors in the numbers, in the logic, and things like that. So although it seemed very good, and it is very good, there is a lot of potential with AI, I was not satisfied with the accuracy of the model. So I was losing a lot of time to verify the numbers and review things to make sure that what they are retrieving for me was correct. And yeah, I was often disappointed, let's say, but it's improving. So I have built, if you want, this AI that is similar to what you will find with a ChatGPT or a Gemini, but this AI is really made for finance. So it's like I am always thinking about Red Bull, for those who follow a bit Formula One. Red Bull, they don't make cars, they didn't make engines, but yet they put the right pieces together, the right people together, and they have made the best Formula One team that has been leading Formula One for 4 years. That's a bit the idea behind Finotor. We use general purpose model as the backbone. So in this AI, you have Claude that is powering the AI, but we really fine tune it so that it's really giving high performance in finance. You can see here at the bottom on the accuracy, delivering 88% on the Vals AI Finance Benchmark. The last test was in June 2026, which is much higher than the best general AI model. And also in its behavior, that is a bit more technical, but let's say the behavior is what you would expect from a financial analyst. Let's say Finotor exhibits really a behavior that is much closer to what you would expect from a financial analyst compared to other general AI models. So we can have a look at how it looks. So if you want to use it, you just click Try Finotor. You can connect your eToro account, Gmail, whatever email. Here in this case, I will maybe just use my Gmail for this demo. It will connect directly. If you connect your eToro account, it will already also have all your positions and it will have everything about your portfolio. Then this is how it looks. You have this area with the menu. You have the hub. This is what we are seeing now. I have also included I will talk a bit about that later. Signals. So these are quantitative signals that I have built that are included in Finotor and that you can see in your hub. It really gives you information about the general, here in this case, the general market regime in the US for this and that you see here. On top of that, you can see in your hub the recent chats that you have. If you made dashboards, because Finotor can make dashboards, you can quickly see them. I will talk also about the brain. Finotor has really a memory and is learning with you what's important for you in finance. And it memorizes what you have been discussed to build your investor profile to make sure that his recommendation, or let's say the information that it's sharing with you matches your profile. So we can start with the chat, a basic chat. Let's open a new one. So it really looks like any ChatGPT or other AI. You are going to go here, write your message. You can have different options that I will talk about later. You can attach a file, but you can just copy paste a file here. It will work as well. You can use your mic. And let's say, what would you like to look after, Tim? So we can do a first prompt.
I want to know why Palantir is moving so much today.
That seems like a good question. I saw indeed that the performance is like plus 30%. So here it's good also, while Finotor works, it's good to explain a bit the difference with a regular general model. It was quite fast in this case. You can see that what Finotor does, it's first looking at data. It will always start thinking and it will look for data. And once it has the correct data, it has verified that it has this accurate data, it's going to give you its reply. And you can see here, not far to what we said, 29.6% from the last data on the blowout Q2 earning beat with a trading volume. Okay, it's giving you some insights he has about Palantir. And what you will see also, since it's a financial analyst, it's going to be very informational. It's going to go to the point, give you the data points that are important. You are not going to read a book. It's going to really take what's important and put the numbers, put the data, and be really, let's say, to the point. That's also part of its behavior. It's not going to do a lot of verbals and being very enthusiastic or whatever, like you can see with other models. It's really consistent in its approach to be really neutral, objective, answer based on facts, and remain consistent over multiple rounds of discussion. So, Tim, what would you like? What else would you like to look? I think you have used a bit the app. So, what do you like in it, and what would you like me to show next, for example?
Yeah, so I like automations, but I have a question for you. So let's say I want the app for me to give me a notification each time there is earnings results. Let's say you have SpaceX delivering earnings today after the bell. The moment the earnings are released, I want to get a message from Finotor telling me what the results are and maybe also how the price is reacting currently.
Yeah, I think that's a great use case of Finotor. So on top of the regular chat, and basically I want to mention before we are going to do the information, in Finotor you can do everything from the chat. So everything you will see there. Here you see automations that you mentioned. I think this is also something that I like in the tool. Automations basically are scheduled jobs, scheduled workflow that can repeat on a regular basis or just happen once that you plan ahead. And the AI will do the job and will return you the information that you ask. So once they have been built, they appear here in this tab, automation. And as you can see, in this case, because this is a demo account for me, I have paused them, but you can play your automation, you can delete, archive, you can edit it just by chatting with the AI, and it will adapt it really based on your needs. But let's do the one you mentioned. Let's go back in our chat. I believe SPCX is reporting earnings soon. I will not give the date to make sure to see if you can find it. Can you make an automation that will review these earnings once they are published and send me your analysis in my mailbox? So we will see. Normally, it should immediately start building the job. He's looking at the profile of the company here. He's looking, I see, at a calendar, and then once he has the insights about the company, he's gonna start proposing us to make an automation. So yes, so it just showed some information. Then you can see here is the automation I will set up. 𝗳𝗂𝗁𝗃 earnings auto analysis at earning event fires when 𝗳𝗂𝗁𝗃 reports. The ticker is correct. Data pooled earnings, actuals versus estimate, revenue, EPS surprise, notifications, email plus in-app on success. So once triggered, I will analyze the print beat miss versus estimate, revenue growth, margin trends, and set the write-up to your inbox. Are you happy with this automation? Can we confirm, or you want to change something?
It's good. I just want to have it as fast as possible the moment it's released.
Okay, it's good. Proceed. Make sure we have it really as fast as possible after a release. So then you will see it's going to create that automation. You can see it has created the workflow, and it will confirm that it's live, notification is ready, and it will appear now, like we mentioned earlier. As you can see here, it appears in the in your automation, and then it's ready to run. What I like to do is just usually I click play once is just to see that it works, just that the flow works and what it's doing, just to have one test before, making sure there is no issue, that I like what it's doing, which information is trying to get. And you can see here is looking for earnings, is looking for pricing, and then is running some analysis on the data that it has collected. So I think it doesn't look bad. You can adapt if you are not happy with it. You could say, for example, hey, I would like to add analyst estimates on top. I see you didn't look after that, or this type of information. Can you edit my automation? You say that directly in the chat, and it will edit the automation. And next time it will run it, it will do it with that new information you asked for. So yeah, here nothing to worry about. It did work. Like this shouldn't appear, but it did. It used different tool, and as it mentioned, it's correct. There is no earnings to analyze yet. They didn't report yet, so that's correct. It just gave the price that it found, and even though I was talking about it, it's already giving the consensus. So he looked at it, as you can see. He probably listened to me, maybe. Who knows? So yeah, that's an example. It read my mind, but that's good. That means it's doing the right thing, because that's what I would do as well. Before analyzing earnings, I would want to know these numbers, so I can quickly see how they delivered. If I listen to the earnings, I would have my. I think a great use case, because now we have at this stage like a bit more than 500 users using the tool, and many of them have been super kind, sharing their feedback, what they like, what they don't like. We have really been improving the tool for several months, and it's really only coming from the feedback of the users, those improvements. And I would say where I see they get the most of the value from using Finotor, it's when they are building their strategy. They are going to really automate all the research around it. So let's say you have a strategy that you are rebalancing every month, which is my case. And in this strategy, you are focused on a certain universe, on certain tickers. Once you have that clarity, if you don't have, you can use Finotor to build it and help you build a framework. But once you have a clear framework, I think Finotor is really strong, because you can literally automate everything related to that framework. One of the users was explaining me, okay, in my framework, I have these sectors that I am watching, I have these tickers, and I invest in a few stocks, a few ETFs, and yeah, he's really focused on some sectors and some tickers. And he has really rules, like if there is let's say the market is evolving in a certain direction, or some numbers are evolving in a certain direction, he has a rules to say, I will reduce the exposure to this stock or to this ETF and increase this one, and so on. And when you build that framework with Finotor, what's great with automation is that you can completely automate it. You will receive every time that rule that you have in your mind, in your process is triggering, Finotor will alert you. So you don't need to be constantly watching after the information. You just know, okay, my rule triggered, I don't know, the VIX decreased by below 15. So I think it's really low. I want to go short. I invent something. Then you can make that rule and say, okay, whenever the VIX drops below 15, send me an email. And it will send you an email with the VIX. And you can even add, and can you search the web when you do that to let me know what's the reason behind that decrease, and is there anything linked with the sectors I am focused on? And 𝗀𝗏 will do it. So I think this is where it's really strong, is to make sure that your process is deterministic and that it's consistent and automated for you. So you save a lot of time and energy and rely less on emotions.
Maybe we can go to the signal section and explain us a bit what you're building there.
Yeah, so the signals, it's really new. So at the moment, I have built 2 signals because, like I said at the beginning, I invest with machine learning. So my let's say my strength is really building quantitative strategies or quantitative signals, like in this case. So what I have done is I have started building some signals. This one, for example, shows you the sort of the sentiment in the US equity market. So it's a broad US equity signal. And what you can see here is a really quick snapshot. You can see that it's at 66.2, which is risk on. You have different, you could have mid risk on, mid risk off, and the trend is rising. So you can think, okay, at the moment, the US market is on a positive trend and people are in the risk on zone. This one that is, you could say, kind of complementary to the first one, is about credit stress. And here it can be tight, widening, and so on. And here you have the same trend. The credit stress index is tight. It's also on a rising trend, so it's positive. And why I build this is for people who like to have those, let's say, quick snapshots. They want to have a quick look at what's happening in the market. I'm going to add more and more going forward. Then they know they can have, like for the AI that is accurate here, they know they can have signals that they can trust. They have been built with my quantitative knowledge. I have verified the data in the background, the methodology, and you can be sure that what you are watching is a good information, I would say. Yeah. And then you can use it in many different ways. You can connect them via API. So you could even use them on your own website. If you have your own dashboard somewhere, you could connect the API and build your own visual on your dashboard where you like to have it. And also you can connect it via MCP. So meaning, let's say you are using Claude Code or whatever AI, you can connect the MCP of 𝗀𝗏 signals, and Claude Code will have access to these signals, will be able to build charts. You can have up to 5 years of history in terms of data through the MCP. So you can really see the trends. You can, why not, try to build machine learning models using these signals or investing strategies. I mean, there are really many things that you can do with them.
All right. That seems very interesting. Yeah, I wanted to ask, like, can we build our own strategies?
Yeah, makes sense. Yes, and here these tools are really there to help you build a strategy. You could, it's really simple. It's an example, but you could say, oh, I could try a strategy where when there is a divergence between the credit stress and the US equity regime, maybe I want to go, depending on the way of the divergence, I want to go long or I want to go short. That could be a very simple strategy. Didn't try, but could be an idea. I also want to mention, if for those who are watching, if you want, I also build signals for anyone who wants. So if you have a signal ID and you would like me to build it for you, feel free to reach out, and I'm happy to do that and serve this signal to you in a clean way.
This is, of course, a quick view for the viewers and the users, but I guess they just have to log in and try it out for themselves. There's some free credits, I assume, for them to test things.
So the system is really simple. There is no subscription. You arrive, you receive €5 of credits just to try the tool. If you like it, you have really a detailed view of your usage. There is really it's super transparent. You can see how much token you consume for each action that you do. So there is nothing hidden. It's really transparent as well on the usage side. And once you have used your free credit, if you like the tool and you want to use it a bit more, you just click here, buy some credits. And again, there is no subscription. You just buy what you need. It can be 10, 25 euro, €50, whatever you want to charge your account with. And then you will only pay for your usage. So you will never waste anything. Will be only, and the credit never expires. So it's not like you are under pressure to use it fast. You could just put €10 and use it in 3 months and it would never expire.
Yeah,
I just maybe mention a last thing, Tim, for other things that I find really interesting, just so you know, 𝗀𝗄𝗏 will be really personalized. The more you use it, it has a brain and you can access it. We just discussed, you see, Palantir and 𝗬𝗵𝗁𝗂𝗋, and you will see that the tool is remembering what we discuss and connecting the dots between the different things we discuss. He's making connections. So it's like his personal brain that it has with you, and he's going to build also based on your discussion. He's going to build your user profile as well. So he will know from which country you are. For example, you can tell him I live here. So please make sure that your recommendations are adapted to my country to optimize everything that is fiscal, for example, in my country. And he will remember that, put that in his brain. And next time you will ask for recommendation or information, it will make sure that it also incorporate this information to you. And last thing, Tim, and then we have seen everything in 𝗀𝗄𝗏, is also the connectors. So by default, you have eToro, but you can have it directly at sign in. If you use not your eToro account at sign in, you can always come here and connect your eToro account. You can also connect your Google Workspace and Microsoft 365. You just click connect, and then it will be connected to your calendars, to your emails. That can also be really handy if you want some 𝗀𝗄𝗏 to put some reminders in your calendars about earnings as well, or things like that. And you can basically connect any MCP. I just put 3 to start with, but if you want to connect another MCP that you like, you write the name, the address of the MCP. If you need an API key for that MCP, you add it here, and you can test and connect, and it will work. So you can really personalize also the tool much further with those connectors.
So really nice talking to you, Pierre, and we'll catch up maybe in a few months to see how the app evolves. But I'm already impressed of what you've built here. So congrats.
Thank you very much, Tim. And likewise, I really love what you build as well. So I think, for example, Pinfolio is really amazing. So I also invite everyone to check Pinfolio. And for those who want to contact me, like you mentioned, I wrote my email here, pierre@𝗀𝗄𝗏.com. So really easy one. So feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Thank you very much, Tim.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.